Hello, welcome to our golden acre. If you've been with us very long, you recognize our German Shepherd, Nala. She makes an appearance in many videos and is around for many shorts that are highly entertaining because she does love our chickens. Here! This little lady you may not recognize. This is Lydia. She is the newest addition, animal-wise, to the farmstead, homestead, backyard. I've got treats in my pocket. She's trying to lick my pocket here. We're very food motivated. Also, if you've been with us long, you knew our border collie mix, Lucky. He didn't make an appearance in a lot of videos just because he was a very fearful dog. He also did not like strangers, so I rarely had him in the backyard with me if I was videoing. If I was in the backyard with him, I was pretty much paying attention to him to ensure that nothing happened with neighbors, grandkids, that kind of thing, because he just did not like strangers from the moment we got him as a 10-week-old puppy. Lydia here. Good girl. Haven't been able to talk much about it on a video, but we lost Lucky this summer. He was born with a birth defect and I think also a kidney misdevelopment or disorder or something. His kidneys didn't work right. And last summer, around the end of July, they started shutting down on him. You could bring me your ball, ma'am. So at the time, it happened so fast I wasn't able to really talk about it much. But he was a very good dog for me. But he was a dog that we were meant to have because I think if anybody else had had him, they wouldn't have recognized the medical issue that led to some really challenging behavior issues. I still don't think that we fully comprehended all the things that he was going through medically. Just a second, I have to go save my daughter's soccer ball. Ma'am, did you need somebody to throw a ball for you? We weren't planning on getting another dog right now, but I always kind of look at what's at the local humane society just because I'm curious. I like to read the animals descriptions, and this little lady caught my eye. So technically we're still fostering her. In January we're going to officially adopt her, so she'll be a permanent member of the household as of January. Just kind of, we were probably figuring we'd get another puppy in May or June. But then when we saw her, I was talking to my husband and I said, she's just one that just kind of drew me in. And he's like, well, be easier to do an adult dog at this time of year than a puppy. And she's been very easy to integrate. She's gotten along really well with Nala, our German Shepherd. She's been able to be loose in the house when we're not there. Now we do need to lock the oven because she will jump up and bump the dial on the burner on the stove, but so will this critter right here. So we're already in the habit of, we always lock the oven, so even if they turn it, it won't turn on. But she's been wonderful with our girls. She loves to snuggle, very food motivated. So that makes working on recall in the backyard very easy, just to have a pocket full of dog food in your pocket and offer a couple of pieces when you call her back. It's very motivating for this little lady. Lydia here. Lydia here. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Okay. Now you will see we drag a training leash on her. It's just a lightweight, long leash. She is a hound dog of some variety, maybe mix, maybe pure. Weigh in if you have knowledge of different breeds of hound dogs. But her nose definitely leads her. So my experience of any kind of hound dog, if their nose takes them somewhere, their ears no longer work, So we like just to have that as a way to grab her quickly. Now, if we're in the backyard doing something where our attention is not on her, she will either be tied on our run, which actually runs right here, or she will be inside the fence. My experience, I had some beagles growing up, and we would have them off leash on the farm, and the moment you stopped thinking about them for about 3 seconds, they were gone. Provided we lived in a much more rural area with much less traffic on 240 acres. We live on 1 acre in a fairly suburban area with very busy roads near us, so we can't let that happen. So we're using the leash as a security measure for right now. We'll see with time if she graduates off leash. Recall is going very well, especially with having just a little food reward when she comes back. So a little bit about our channel, if you're still hanging with us after our dog intro. We live on 1 acre, and on our 1 acre we have some beautiful maple trees. So starting here in January or February, depending on when we start getting temperatures above freezing during the day, below freezing at night, we're going to start our maple season. We have 5 maple trees, and from those 5 trees, on our best season, we ended up with 5 gallons of maple syrup. So we have a pretty simple system. When my husband thought about tapping our maple trees, I thought he was crazy, because with the amount of trees we had, it just didn't make sense. It has worked wonderfully. It's such a nice reason to get outside as soon as you get home from work, collect the maple sap and start it boiling. It just makes me happy to have an outside chore and for me to go outside on some nights when I wouldn't normally, unless I specifically had something to do. We have a pretty decent sized vegetable garden, and we have a flock of 10 chickens. Now, right now, our 10 chickens are in this high tunnel on a deep bedding system where most of our fall leaves, or a lot of our fall leaves, go in here. And then their job for the winter is making us compost. Because right now we are getting no eggs. Now, typically they'll start back up about February 1st. Lack of daylight kind of slows them down or stops them in terms of egg production. We could supplement with light. We just never have. Some people think that's a bad idea. Some people think that's a good. I don't have a particular opinion. It's just we haven't never done it. So I'm at the point in the season in between Christmas and New Year's. I start planning my seed order. When our Christmas tree goes out, we have a utility shelf with grow lights on it that moves into its place, and I start planning out when we're going to do our seed starts, which is very exciting for me. I love getting my hands in the soil and seeing something green come out of the soil, even if it's inside under a grow light. Take a look at the chickens from yesterday. When I checked them, they were going to need their feeder refilled today. Hey, Goldie. Hound dog, very interested in what's going on here. Some of our chickens are 6 years old, some are 5, and then some are turning 1 this January. The dogs are very interested. Nala's been out here with us. We have worked with her on being gentle when she comes in. Lydia has not yet. 1, because I don't think it's fair to bring 2 dogs in here. And 2, because we just don't know yet, so we feel we need more time to gauge what she's going to be like if she ended up loose with the chickens. I like to bring them in here, and that's why I started bringing Nala in with me, because I wanted to know in a more controlled situation if she was loose with them. Would she try to hurt them? Would she intentionally hurt them when I would most likely be able to intervene? Because there's times when things happen and chickens get out and the dog may be out with you, and it's kind of nice to know, will they hurt them or will everything work out okay? She has been very gentle. Like I said, Lydia, I have not tried yet. Come on, ladies. Not the most efficient thing to do with one hand holding the camera. Alright, so we're going to do a little water change here. Clean out the tray. Taking care of a lot of animals through the winter. One of my stipulations is water that doesn't freeze. So we have this plate on top, underneath our metal chicken water that keeps that from freezing unless the breaker trips, which on really, really cold days it might. But it works wonderfully. Also, we have that fairly elevated to keep out of the deep bedding so that we don't end up with a lot of leaf material and things in the tray. Chickens are cleaning out some of the garden beds for us. We use some temporary dog panels, dog fencing, to just fence off a portion of the garden. So they just have part of this bed along the fence. The German Shepherd is heartbroken that she's not in here with the chickens. In this garden bed, I just kind of opened the fence up too recently, so they've been working this pretty good. This is something that you want to do quite a ways before you plant, especially if you're going to end up planting any leafy greens that you're eating raw. So it's December. Probably, I think 120 days is the guideline. I'd have to look that up. So that's 4 months. So probably as soon as we hit January, we won't be letting them out in any of these beds if we're planning on doing greens, which actually usually there's some wild rocket arugula in this bed over here that comes up on its own. Now, those leaves and everything that are in the garden, or in the chicken run right now, will become beautiful compost that looks like this. My husband brought this out in the fall and topped some of the garden beds with it. We keep everything, most everything, covered in our leaves just to protect the soil during the winter. Those stay on during the summer because that helps to conserve moisture and keep your weeds under control. So, it's been a little while since I've gotten a video up. Less daylight, children activities, and full-time job make it a little difficult in November, December to get many videos up, but hopefully pretty soon we'll get rolling on maple season and you'll get to join us for that. I think it's just a magical thing that there is natural sugar just flowing through your backyard, up your trees in the spring, actually in the late winter as you go into spring, and I really love it. So please join us for that. Thank you for watching.
him now. Get him.
We're very depressed. Our girls are upstairs. There's been no walk yet today. Oh. Okay, is that mine? Yeah, still depressed.
Give me my toy back, Dom. No, but it's mine. I can get it. I can get it. I can get it. I can get it. Go get it. Is this mine? Now I'm losing my trick.
Thank you for joining us. Lucky and I will see you in the next video sometime soon. Do you want to say bye-bye? Oh, I must have something very good. Lucky, oh, here we go. Are you the sweetest boy?